Tagubasi Abara, the elder sister of Deserie Castro Tagubasi. I am here in behalf of my family to give our side regarding what happened to my sister Deserie. On August 28, 2019, in the afternoon, my brother Danilo Tagubasi Jr. received a call from Jackman Corporation, agency of Deserie in the Philippines. They informed my brother that Deserie is in the hospital and she is in critical condition because the chemical was accidentally spilled in her leg. Evening of the same day, the coordinator of Deserie informed my brother that Deserie already passed away. We are all in shock because we didn't expect that what happened to her will result in her passing away. Before I came here in Taiwan, my family has come with a decision to know the truth about what happened to my sister. We want to have an investigation, what happened to her, how it was happened, and why it is happened to her. And what are the first aid they give to my sister before she was rushed to the hospital. Our big question is there proper orientation to the worker that those chemicals they are handling is very dangerous? And if in this case happens, what is the first thing to do? I am here to seek justice for my sister. There is no amount of money that will replace my sister's life. We want the company to be liable for what happened because we know that they have lapses and negligence regarding this safetyness of the worker. We are doing this not only for my sister. This is also for other workers in that company so that same accident will not be repeated or happen again. Thank you.
พ่อมาทำงานที่บริษัทซันยุงเกือบครบ12 ปีแต่มาประสบอุบัติเหตุซะก่อนกรกฎาคม 2562 เวลาประมาณ 16 นาฬิกาถึง 17 นาฬิกาพ่อได้ถูกเครนชนบริเวณหน้าท้องแต่คิดว่าตัวเองทนได้เลยฝืนใจทำงานต่อจนเลิกงานแต่พอตกกลางคืนอาการเจ็บปวดข้างในก็เริ่มขึ้นพ่อได้มีการถ่ายอุจจาระเป็นเลือดทำให้หน้ามืดและหมดสติไปพอรู้สึกตัวขึ้นมาก็เช้าวันที่ 17 ปรากฏว่าพ่อลุกขึ้นไม่ไหวจึงได้ร้องเรียกเพื่อนร่วมงานบอกให้นายจ้างพาไปหาหมอแต่นายจ้างกลับให้คนงานพาไปแทนพ่อจึงได้รับการรักษาที่โรงพยาบาลปาหลิงซื่อผมทราบข่าวว่าพ่อมีอาการหนักจึงได้เดินทางมาดูแลคุณหมอบอกว่าท้องได้รับการกระแทกอย่างแรงทำให้ลำไส้ฉีกขาดจึงได้ทำการผ่าตัดแต่ไม่ประสบผลสำเร็จตลอดเวลาผ่านไป6 เดือนได้มีการผ่าตัดหลายครั้งทำให้ค่าใช้จ่ายโรงพยาบาลเพิ่มมากขึ้นนายจ้างจึงทอดทิ้งเราไม่จ่ายค่ารักษาพยาบาลและเงินเดือนของพ่อเลยไม่มีใครเข้ามาช่วยเหลือเรา เงินใช้จ่ายผมก็ไม่มีทางโรงพยาบาลจึงติดต่อศูนย์ฮุกให้เข้ามาช่วยเหลือให้ที่พักพิงและเรียกร้องสิทธิประโยชน์ของพ่อต่อมาตำรวจได้มาสอบปากคำพ่อที่โรงพยาบาลนายจ้างได้ส่งล่ามแปลล่ามได้บอกว่านายจ้างให้มาบอกกับพ่อว่าให้การกับตำรวจว่าพ่อเดินชนเหล็กเองแต่พ่อก็ปฏิเสธที่จะพูดโกหกพ่อได้พูดความจริงทุกอย่างแต่นายจ้างก็ปฏิเสธความรับผิดชอบไม่ยอมชดใช้ค่าเสียหายและค่าใช้จ่ายโรงพยาบาลแต่เขาก็ไม่ยอมจ่ายค่าใดๆทั้งสิ้นเพราะว่าหลักฐานมันมีน้ำหนักไม่พอด้วยสถานการณ์ที่เราเผชิญต่อความไร้น้ำใจของนายจ้างทำให้จิตใจของพ่ออ่อนแอลงพ่อเริ่มท้อแท้หมดกำลังใจส่งผลทำให้ร่างกายแย่ลงเรื่อยๆจนเมื่อวันที่ 7 กรกฎาคม 2563 พ่อจึงตัดสินใจจบชีวิตตัวเองลงในขณะที่ผมไปต่อวีซ่าที่เถาหยวนต่อมาวันที่ 16 กรกฎาคม 2563 ศาลได้นัดเราไปไกล่เกลี่ยและได้โทรหานายจ้างแต่เขาก็ปฏิเสธที่จะมาตลอดเวลาที่พ่อทำงานกับนายจ้างคนนี้มาเกือบ 12 ปีพ่อมีสุขภาพแข็งแรงซื่อสัตย์มีความรักต่อนายจ้างและบริษัทมีความรับต่อหน้าที่การงานผมไม่อยากให้ชีวิตของพ่อต้องมาจบแบบสูญเปล่าผมอยากเรียกร้องความเป็นธรรมให้พ่อผมไม่ผิดอะไร
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi. Saya pekerja dari Indonesia masuk ke Taiwan hampir 2 tahun. Saya bekerja di proyek MRT Sangying Line di wilayah Taiwan dan Taipei. Selama bekerja di Taiwan, gaji pokok saya 4.500.000 rupiah. Dan gaji itu langsung masuk ke rekening Indonesia. Setelah dipotong untuk biaya di sini setiap bulan 2.000 NT sampai dengan 4.000 NT. Saya dan kawan-kawan diberitahu agensi bahwa kontrak kerja antara PT yang memberangkatkan saya dengan perusahaan konstruksi yang di Taiwan ini akan berakhir dan kami harus pulang. Karena itu banyak di antara kami yang terpaksa kabur karena masih ingin bekerja di Taiwan. Maka dari itu saya berharap agar kami masih bisa bekerja di Taiwan dan hak gaji kami diberi sesuai dengan UMR Taiwan. Sekian dari saya, terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi. Untuk berangkatnya pagi kita kan dari tempat kerja, dari tempat tidur itu kan agak jauh dari jaraknya tempat kerja, dari proyeknya jauh. Nah itu dari pagi kan jam 6 itu sudah siap berangkat. Itu habis itu nyampe sana ya terus kerja sore, rata-rata kalau sore sampai jam 5.
Di tengahnya enggak istirahat?
Istirahatnya jam 12 sampai jam 1 siangnya.
人。今天我们开记者会，希望劳动部，希望大家可以帮忙我们，因为我们伊莎贝尔的老板有很多的问题。我们来台湾是赚钱，很努力工作，很努力学习，希望可以帮忙老板，也是帮忙我们的自己。但是伊莎贝尔对我们不好，不把我们当事人。伊莎贝尔没有用劳基法帮我们赚加班费，帮我们赚钱。工作时有很多工作的时候，这逼我们劳累过度，有人加班1个月超过200个小时。7点早上来上班，做到明天2点早上才下班。过分是，如果没有工作的时候，伊莎贝尔的公司自己罚我们休息，扣我们的年假，扣我们的薪水。我们跟公司开会的时候讲我们的意见，但是执行长不要听我们的意见，过分态度是摔椅子，看不起我们。我们跟公司来劳动局开会了3次，但是公司没有解决给我们，劳动局也没有帮忙我们，所以今天我们开记者会，希望劳动部，希望大家可以帮忙我们，因为我们不想帮忙违法的老板工作。我希望劳动部，希望大家可以帮忙我们，谢谢各位，谢谢大家。
大家好，我是一个工人，来这边工作，到现在也算是老鸟了。我2014就来这边工作，到现在伊莎贝尔工作到现在7年多了。我来这边工作，刚刚我的朋友也讲，公司有很多问题嘛，然后我们跟公司开会也3次了，但是公司没有帮我们解决问题。3次开会，公司说什么都不知道，还是他都是说谎的。比如2020 10月往前，我们休息都固定礼拜6、礼拜天，但是在劳工局那边开会，他就跟大家讲，说我们这个原本就休息，我们从来到现在都休息轮班的，不是休息礼拜天、礼拜6。这个是说谎的。还有2020往前，我们来上班礼拜6都没有算加班的。公司有很多部分，很累、很重、很热，都我们越南来卡的，但是我们福利跟奖金什么很少，还是没有的。我们经理，我们执行长跟我们开会，跟我们讲，说我们如果轮班就有津贴，但是我们轮班就没有。还有这个人事经理跟大家讲，在劳工局那边开会，他跟大家讲，这个如果公司有赚到钱，我们才有钱的，不是我们轮班就有钱。还有开会，我们很多意见，我们说我们的薪资单就没有越南，但是人事经理跟我们讲，有现在宿舍的往来，到现在我们都没有看到。还有快过年2020，公司叫我们一个一个来办公室，然后逼我们要回越南的，然后他们就不想回越南，但是公司跟中介一直给他们压力，然后说他们如果没有回去公司就被开除的。这个他们刚来这6个月没有钱，他们怎么回越南的？然后这个在劳工局那边，这个人事经理跟大家讲，他说不是他们想回越南的，原本就我们来这边就要赚钱的，6个月怎么赚到钱的？6个月才这个还不够还银行回越南，我们哪里拿钱来花的？然后他逼他们他们必须要签的。 然后我们公司外面就讲很多话好听的，其实他们说什么都说完了，都没有说实话的。我希望公司我们这个说到做到的，什么给要给，什么要还就应该要还的。我们也希望大家帮忙我们，谢谢大家忍耐听我讲，谢谢。
好，大家好，我是阿向。刚刚我的同事已经讲了很多了，我们也有写伊莎贝尔。我们也有写伊莎贝尔很多的问题，违法很多的问题。现在我们想换老板的，换工作，可是公司说他会证明给我们换老板，只要我们说公司没有违法，但是我们不想做啊，我们不知道法律有规定，移工不能。请劳动部让我们换老板。听说台湾人没有工作的时候，台湾政府会给他们一点，我们没有任何的钱，不知道我们还要等多久。是公司违法，不是我们违法，请让我们可以转换，不要让我们等了很久，不要处罚我们，让我们快点转换。劳动部让我们
好，他说的是。
大家好，我们是伊莎贝尔的义工。今天我们来这里开记者会，希望大家能够帮忙我们。去年的季节，我们伊莎贝尔公司有很多问题，我们要跟公司反映，但是公司不理我们，所以我们才罢工。后来劳工局有来，我们有反映公司有很多问题，没有按照法律，但是劳工局没有帮我们解决问题。我们只好找 NGO 帮忙。去年10月19号，我们提出申诉到台中劳工局，但是台中劳工局给伊莎贝尔的公司很多时间才开会。我们被公司跟中介叫我们一个一个上去办公室讲话，一次讲1个小时、2个小时。刚开始刚公司的时候，我们有56个人，因为公司跟中介自己给我们站立，有很多人那个感觉太累，有压力，还不知道要等到多久，会有什么结果，然后他们决定退出申诉，但是我们还有人不想放弃，因为我们信任台湾的法律会帮忙被老板欺负的移工，公司没有解决给我们。劳工局跟劳动部明明知道伊莎贝尔公司违法，也没有处理，没有帮忙我们解决，所以我们才开第2次的记者会。我们想问劳工局和劳动部，我们还要等多久？还是劳工局跟劳动部跟公司一样，想让我们放弃？但是我们相信台湾的法律会保护我们。会保护我们的移工，会帮忙我们解决 我们想转换雇主，我们想要有工作，我们信任台湾政府的法律会帮忙我们处理的问题。我们要转换，我们要等，我们还要等多久？现在案件拖了很长的时间，让我们觉得很累，压力很大。我们家人知道我们申诉，很担心，因为经济的压力和等待太久了，让我们觉得很累，很想放弃，退出申诉。但是后来我们觉得要坚持下去，不想让被雇主拘捕我们，拘捕之后来公司的其他人，不想让雇主和劳工局不遵守台湾的法律。我们希望劳动部紧速让我们转换，不要让公司拘捕我们。谢谢，我们要转换了。
大家好，刚刚我的同事有讲，去年11月3号我们来劳工局第一次开会，我们公司有很多时间准备资料，但是带去劳工局有给我们的老板很多时间去准备，从11月到12月有2个月时间去准备，但是什么都没有准备。我们有开3次会，但是我们的加班费、薪水单、无薪假、乱扣、转换雇主的问题都没有帮我们解决，拖很长的时间，让我们觉得很累，很多压力，劳工局都没有帮忙我们，所以决定退出上诉。上次我们开记者会，因为赶紧劳动部帮忙我们转换雇主，因为今年1月1号我们就跟雇主解约，到现在一定是2个月了，明明都没有薪水，家里每次都要钱，我们需要赶快换雇主才有薪水，但是我们的公司要我们承认公司没有做，没有违法，才同意给我们转换，要我们放弃我们的少算加班费，还有乱扣我们的薪水。我们跟劳动部申请转换，劳动部跟劳工局讲去调查，台中的劳工局故意拖很长的时间，没有帮我们处理，我们等快8个月了，劳工局跟劳动部让我们还等到多久？我们一定就被雇主欺负了，劳动部跟劳工局拖很长的时间，拖到我们没办法等了，放弃，他们也不用处理了。我们的合约只有3年，我们还花多少时间去等转换？我们的雇主明明是违法，但是劳工部跟劳工局也没有帮我们处理。现在我们还要信任谁？我们希望各位协助帮忙我们，谢谢。
大家好，我是阿水，我是一个工人，是一个公司伊莎贝尔。然后今天我们有来这里开会，因为我们有开会，大概跟那个三个事吧，都没有结果，所以今天我们来这里。刚才有我的公司有2个朋友讲过，他们都没有帮我们解决，所以都没有结果。今天我来。我有跟朋友聊天过那个，上次我们去开会，劳动部跟劳动局都没有帮我们解决，他们明明就知道是我们公司有按照的法律，就是违法，为什么都没有帮我们解决？公司有违法，很多问题，加班费、薪资单都没有越南文，还有叫我们回去越南，回来他们乱扣我们的钱，为什么劳动局跟劳动部都没有帮忙我们处理？来帮忙公司我们拖很长时间，给我们压力是很多， 所以我们很多人都放弃了。我来公司是2020年10月到2021年7月，公司我们有6个人，他们是压力太多了吧，然后他们都逃跑。现在是公司还有给我们是很多压力，劳动局跟劳动部还有帮公司会很长时间都没有来帮我们，还是等我们是受不了，然后让他们想逃跑。劳动局跟劳动部我们都来这里，希望劳动部跟劳动局帮忙我们快点转换雇主。我们希望台湾的法律帮忙我们解决有结果。我们在这里希望大家帮忙我们，今天开这个会是可以有结果，可以帮我们换雇主。所以我们在这里谢谢大家。
We complain about the improper competition of hard-earned overtime pay, our tax receipt, the improper conversion of our holidays to our day off. They even deprived us for our vacation leave, a once-in-a-year chance to be with our family. For many years of being away from our family is also taken away from us. Even when we taken our leave for a day or for few days, we need to ask a lot of permission from a number of officers in charge. We suffer to hear them shout and respond so cruelly to our requests, where in the first place, the annual leave is not for us to beg. It is our rights that this company should honor. All of these rights are written in our contract, but only strictly implemented to the workers and not to the employers. Contract is being set aside if the employer is the one who disobey. That's the harsh reality. This only shows how we are discriminated against, that when we complain, we are just discouraged by BLA. For replying to all our questions, telling us that this is done, no violation at all. How long are we gonna wait in this kind of situation? When we know that those people in the Labor Bureau who are supposed to be depending on us are pointing to the episode that the investigation is done and no problem at all. We are not just discarded. We feel that you don't even want to conduct our proper investigation. This kind of labor dispute for the migrant should stop now. Our labor contract, Labor Standard Act, and Employment Service Act must be enforced. To the Labor Authority, you are not there in that position, taking your monthly salary, just sitting, talking to us several times over the phone, but cannot help those in need and serve the justice we deserve. We will not just endure this situation, especially when our rights and dignity are being stepped on. We are only speaking the truth, and on behalf of all the migrant workers who suffer the same way we are right now. Despite may take long and hard for all of us, but we assure you we will not give up until we get justice to the long time suffering we endure while working in this company.
Good day. I am one of the 31 workers who complain about our company. I want to express my disappointment to the EP Zone and Labor Bureau about our complaints at treatment we had experienced. I just want to emphasize something about how the Labor Bureau of the EP Zone handle cases like our case. Please don't treat our case like a ball that you pass on to each other. We need help and not unfair judgment. We need you to listen us and be a fair mediator between us and the company. Honestly, we feel that how you handle this case is one-sided only. We told you everything. Not only one worker suffered, but 31. We are disappointed after hearing from you that you've done investigating and our company did not violate anything. What do you call those statements of complaints that we report to your office? Isn't that a clear violation? Please, just be fair to us and help us. Help us to fully understand your judgment. We are working so much hard work, earning less money, paying excessive food and lodging fees. Do you really believe that there is no violation with all of that? Do you really think that the way the company treats us is not inhumane? Labor authorities should not talk on behalf of our company. You need to step in between with the workers, employer and brokers, not one side only. It's so easy for you to say a final judgment for our company. Did not violate anything? What kind of investigation did you do? The investigation you conducted is not clear enough. It's not easy for all of us to speak English depending on our rights. We prefer our own language, but the EP Zone said that they don't have bilingual to assist us. Yes, we can speak English, but we can express ourselves and defend ourselves better if we are using our very own language. That's the question I want to address about the EP Zone and the BLA. How do you deal with the migrant problems like this in your previous and future years if a language barrier between the complainant and the investigation team in charge of the case? We are not satisfied with the way the authority handled our cases. That's why we demand for this mediation meeting. We demand for a face-to-face meeting.
I'm one of the 31 wood factory workers who filed the complaint in the same case as we filed last April. I have the chance to talk with the Kaohsiung BLA. It took us talking for more than 1 hour. I have a lot of questions regarding our complaints, such as overtime pay, food and accommodation fee, about our tax and dorm electric bill. Every question that I've asked, BLA answered. EP Zone said there is no problem, no illegal, and no violation of our company. So, since our case was filed in 1955 in April this year, BLA forwarded it to EP Zone to investigate. We do not know about EP Zone. We do not know that our company is under the jurisdiction of EP Zone. That EP Zone is another government department. Whose migrant worker would know about this? If I didn't ask about this, we wouldn't know about these procedures because no one tell us the procedure. BLA keeps telling me that EP Zone is responsible to investigate. If we talk about investigation, as I know, to make a proper investigation, it is necessary that EP Zone should talk also with us, the workers, we workers. We cannot accept the answer of BLA. EP Zone said there is no problem and no illegal violation from our company. Whereas we feel that the investigation was done without consulting us. We cannot accept that there is no one who can speak English in EP Zone. This could not be used as an excuse for not doing the investigation fairly. The way BLA talked to me, the way BLA answered all my questions was like a lawyer of our company and broker. I asked several times about our accommodation. She told me there is a labor contract that states it is free and There are many documents I signed, so the company has the right to deduct my salary. I truly understand that we migrant workers are always and have been manipulated by our broker and company. BLA should teach us, educate us about our labor contract and all those documents that we shouldn't sign. I think that is the role of BLA. I asked about our electric bill. We are paying a high electric bill every month. I asked BLA about this to investigate. BLA replied this, we are using air condition in 19 thermostat temperature. We should use only 26 thermostat temperature, just like Taiwan is saving energy consumption, and we should save electricity. She said, of course, we are using 19, so we need to pay a higher electricity. She already had. Judgment on how we Filipino workers use air conditioning. She didn't even investigate how we use electricity. We are 8 workers in one room in our dormitory. We honestly using aircon in 26 temp. Why does she need to compare us to Taiwanese? That is totally discriminating us. How come she already make judgment and don't want to investigate? BLA just wants to finish the case? Does not want to hear more questions, and whenever there is still a question, she already has the answer without proper investigation. BLA took side already. About our OT payment, no one teaches us how to compute. Our payslip is in Chinese. If we didn't complain about our payslip, it cannot be translated into English. Again, BLA answer is, Epison told them there is no problem. No one teaches us. No one talked to us. We are not consulted by the investigation team. No other words, it's done. It's not fair to us. Me and my other co-worker never heard a little comfort of fairness and just whenever BLA was talking with us. We are very sorry, but we do hope you understand. We are not your enemy. We are workers, working honestly and with gratitude to our company and abiding all Taiwan laws. Because even the investigation of Epison is done. Why we are not withdrawing our case? Because we want BLA and Epison to be fair with us. If there is no bilingual to Epison, then please provide a bilingual and don't use COVID-19 for not arranging a mediation meeting or face-to-face meeting between employer and workers. It's been months, but you keep asking us what do we want. And we keep answering you, we want face-to-face meeting. And you keep answering us, we don't know when because of COVID-19. Please, we want a face-to-face meeting. If you are really the Bureau of Labor Affairs, should be on the labor side, protecting workers' rights.
We are from Domestic Caretakers Union. We support the part of 31 whose workers, their struggles are also the same struggles of all migrants workers, including us, domestic caretakers in Taiwan. Kaohsiung BLA doesn't help us as much as you really think. BLA should change how they handle the migrant worker cases. Kaohsiung BLA has never been kind to the migrants. We had our own experience. The usual approach from them are very careful to say anything bad against the broker and employer. But because we are migrant, they will never ever say that our employer will have ever done a violation. You will not hear any little fear of judgment from the BLA. Even the workers is the one who filed the complaint. Whenever they hear the side of the broker and employers, of course, those bad brokers and employers will twist this story and will make a bad story against the worker to the BLA. the migrant worker will be the one questioned, not the employers and the brokers. There are so many times, even the worker expressed their rights, her own feelings of how bad employers and bad brokers are. Once they were told a bad story from the employer and broker, the case of the worker will be disregarded. Why? Because they are Taiwanese and we are Southeast Asian people working in Taiwan as a cheap labor, but contributing to the Taiwan economy. And yes, we are cheap labor, but without us, can you work what cheap labor migrants can do for your nation? Whenever we have cases in bureau, how will you handle it carefully or handle it in the way you want it in your own way, but not in fair labor practice way? No need for us to be friends, as you always made us feel very small and not very friendly to us, not friendly to the migrants whenever you are talking to us, but at least a sense of respect as a labor bureau for the migrants doing a cheap job for your nation. We appeal to the government. Maybe you could take all the BLA employees and inspectors, investigators to go back on training again on how to be a well-respected government employees that can also signify the whole bureau a very well-respected, fair, and just a bureau of your nation. We support the fight and struggles, as we also struggling hard fighting for what is the due and right for all the migrant workers, regardless of nationality. Labor Bureau should be the one taking care of all the workers. No discrimination! No discrimination! Recognize our rights! No discrimination! No discrimination! Recognize our rights! Recognize our rights! No discrimination! Recognize our rights! Recognize our rights!
Selamat siang, saya Fajar dari Ganas Community. Organisasi kami membantu mendampingi kasus sengketa ketenagakerjaan pekerja migran dari Indonesia. Selama ini kami menemukan kendala untuk memperjuangkan hak pekerja, bukan hanya pada majikan dan agensi, namun juga dari pihak Depnaker. Dan masalah Depnaker bukan hanya terjadi di Depnaker Kausium. Ketidakseriusan dan ketidakberpihakan Depnaker kepada pekerja migran terlihat dari tidak semua staf Depnaker yang mengunjungi tempat bekerja bisa berbahasa asal pekerja migran, sehingga menyulitkan pekerja migran untuk mengutarakan kondisi pekerja mereka yang bermasalah. Staf Depnaker yang mendapat pelaporan pekerja migran yang bekerja di luar job justru menghubungi pihak agensi lebih dulu sebelum datang kunjungan ke tempat kerja, sehingga pihak majikan sudah mengkondisikan dan lolos hukum. Staf Depnaker ketika mediasi pekerja migran yang bermasalah dan putus kontrak justru meminta kepada korban agar memahami situasi majikan yang melanggar. dengan meminta pekerja tetap bekerja di majikan hingga majikan mendapatkan pekerja baru dan tetap menempatkan pekerja dalam kondisi tereksploitasi. Ketidakseriusan Depnaker Kaohsiung sudah merupakan salah satu contoh yang jelas. Oleh karena itu, terhadap kasus WUS yang terjadi di Kaohsiung ini, kami meminta kontrol UN secepatnya bertindak memeriksa dan memberikan peringatan kepada Depnaker Kaohsiung agar Depnaker daerah di seluruh Taiwan bertanggung jawab dan berperan yang melindungi pekerja dengan benar. Kami berharap agar Depnaker selaku instansi pemerintah yang seharusnya melindungi tenaga kerja migran benar-benar bekerja sesuai prosedur yang ada. Kami pekerja migran bukan untuk dipinggirkan karena kami pendatang, namun kami juga pekerja yang sama-sama mempunyai kontribusi besar terhadap ekonomi sosial negara Taiwan. Terima kasih.
We Filipino migrant workers from MUS are here to express our grievances and experience with our problem that was brought to the Ministry of Labor, BLA Kaohsiung and Ipizon. Due to improper treatment and handling of the problem and grievance as migrant workers, for the reason that we are being ignored and mocked by Ipizon and Kaohsiung BLA, when we approach them with our problem at the company we work for, instead of being kind and considerate of our complaint, they themselves have become allies of the company. We complained about without proper investigation taking place that as a labor authority, BLA Ipizon should organize a meeting to hear our grievances and fix our dispute with our company that is complaining about our unpaid overtime, food and lodging, and tax receipt. So, on this day, we want to express our frustration with the BLA Ipizon Kaohsiung and how they treat and handle the grievances of our labor dispute. We are already part of Taiwan's developing economy, and we love Taiwan. May we be treated in the same way as local workers? Can we sit and talk with our complaints and problem of us, WUS workers? What we need is understanding and justice, and not criticism. And we will fight for our rights as workers, and for the good of all workers and future migrant workers and local Taiwanese workers.
Good day. With due respect, with the Control Yuan, we are here because we think this is the possibility for Control Yuan to correct what Kaohsiung BLA and Ipizon had done to us. These labor authorities don't care about migrant workers' welfare. They do not know how to treat the workers fairly. Our complaint from April until now, nothing happened. Ipizon never talked with us. Kaohsiung BLA just said, Ipizon said, no more problem at all. What is Ipizon? Who is Ipizon? If they are the right authority to investigate our case, why do they never ask the workers' side? They sent a letter in Chinese. It is not fair to us. Why no English translator? Seems like they become allies of our company because they made us feel this way. I was one of the 3 workers who was illegally terminated by WUS, our company. Our company accused us that we stole a blank paper and printed it, which was also done by other co-workers. But they used this reason to terminate us, only to the 3 of us. They raised their voice and pressured me to admit that I stole a blank paper from the company. I was pressured to write and sign in a letter that I want to voluntarily go home to the Philippines. If I did not write and sign, they threatened to ban me to all countries, and they would call the police to arrest the 3 of us. This caused me emotional distress with fear. It is not with TIWA and DCU intervention what will happen to us. We did not even hear from BLA that terminating us is a violation. They even agreed that we stole something that gave our company the right to terminate us for a piece of block of paper. Do you all think this is fair? When we call 1955 several times since April to file a formal complaint, Kaohsiung BLA just called and said, accept the result of episode investigation. We cannot say your company did a violation, so you can have a party. We cannot accept this kind of treatment. They are the Bureau of Labor Affairs, supposedly protecting workers' rights and welfare. For many years of working in Taiwan, we often hear to our fellow compatriots their own experience here in Kaohsiung when they had labor dispute with their employer and broker and when they filed a case in 1955. Most of their cases are not properly investigated, and most of what Kaohsiung BLA never gave them a chance to hear their side. Even some workers will try to argue for the cases so they can have a fair judgment. BLA will never ever give them a chance to speak and never grant their demand. And now we experience it. For how long we will wait? If we did not ask the help of local NGO, TIWA and DCU, how would our cases progress? If it's not for them, surely we cannot came here to submit our appeal. How long will the Kaohsiung BLA not change their bad attitudes towards the migrant? When there are more questions for our cases, the more they irritable to answer. They want to stop asking questions. MOL and Control Yuan. For how long will Kaohsiung BLA do this to us and to all migrant workers? We want a fair judgment. We want Epison and BLA to talk with us, with TIWA and DCU. Please let us solve the problem that was not been properly handling our case since the beginning. We are not your enemy. We are workers that contributing to the Taiwan economy. We will never give up the fight.
Good day. MOL, we are from the Domestic Caretaker Union in Taoyuan City. MOL is the Taiwan Ministry of Labor, a ministry to protect workers' rights from wrongdoing by our employers. We support the fight of 31 WOS workers. Their fight is also our fight. What they are suffering is also the suffering of many domestic caretakers. We cannot understand how the Kaohsiung BLA cannot interfere with WOS workers' cases. All migrants do not know what and who is EP zone. We never experienced from Kaohsiung BLA telling us, we will protect your rights, your employer violate your right. They never reveal the violation of any bad Taiwanese employer and bad brokers. Even there are times BLA already knew that the employer violates our right, they would not give a little comfort or appreciation of how the worker endure all the sufferings from bad employers and bad brokers. They will never ever reveal the violation. They will make us feel that we are the bad one. Many migrant workers in the South, especially if the case is in Kaohsiung, surely 1955 will forwarded it to Kaohsiung BLA. But many of us, domestic caretakers in Kaohsiung, are already intimidated on how they talk to us. They cannot even show any gentle approach. The way Kaohsiung BLA talks with us is very intimidating attitude. Because of their very intimidating attitude, they make us feel frightened more than from our bad employer and bad brokers. We never feel we are protected but make us feel frightened and lose our confidence to talk about our case. To our dear MOL, very dear MOL, how do you train your BLA employees, especially the BLA in Kaohsiung? Do you train them to work with humane behavior, empathy, and sensibility? Or MOL do not have this, instead, a very insensible ministry and bureau? That is why from your very good office down to the level of Bureau of Labor Affairs contain for do not even have empathy towards to all migrant workers. We workers work with our heart. We hope MOL and BLA's work with heart too. We will not give up the fight.